This is Jeremy Williams with Husqvarna. Thank you for joining us, Jeremy. And you are going to tell us about a new gardener that we have here at the Botanic Gardens in Stillwater. What is this guy going to do for us?
Well, this is a robotic lawnmower. Thanks for having me, by the way. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's an automatic lawnmower. It gives you more time to spend with your family and friends and do the things that you want to do instead of mowing the grass.
Really? Okay, so how does this work? It automatically knows what to do, and how does it stay in the lawn area?
Well, it actually has a charging station over there. I don't know if you can see it, but we set out a perimeter fence around all the different beds. We don't want it obviously mowing through the beds and things, but it stays inside of that, and it travels to it, turns around, comes back, and it's kind of the grazing animal approach, you know. So it doesn't follow a pattern. It's more of a random deal, but it hits all the lawn and it looks good.
So it's like one of those remote vacuums, sort of. It just kind of bounces off of the boundaries and stays within the lawn.
Yep.
Okay, and so when you say fence, we're not actually seeing a fence. It's just a
small little wire, like a 14-gauge wire that we've staked along the perimeter here.
Okay, so as far as safety goes, what if you have kids and things like that, or if neighborhood kids want to come up and play with this? How do we make sure they stay safe?
Well, it's the cutting area is much narrower than the body of the machine, so they're not going to be run over by it and that kind of thing. It also has a very small blade, and it pivots too, so it's not nearly as dangerous as, say, a regular lawnmower. I've got 2 small kids at the house. I've got one at the house, and you know, so far everything's good.
Okay, and it will actually kind of bump and stop if it bumps into something.
It's got sensors in it where this model will actually slow down. It actually has sonar in it, so it'll actually slow down before it hits that. But yeah, it'll bump into you or an object and back up and go away.
Okay, so it's capable of going to any size lawn, depending on the size of fencing that you put around
we've got models that will do a small, or you know, that will only do up to 1/3 of an acre, where this model will do 1 1/4 acres.
Oh wow, that would save you a lot of time.
A lot of time.
And so it'll be going day, night, 110 degrees.
Exactly.
As long as the grass is growing, it can still.
And you can set the amount of time that it mows based off what you're seeing in the lawn and that kind of thing. So if you've got this is the largest model that we have, and we're in a small area here, so we actually have to slow it down quite a bit. So only allow it to run, you know, I think, an hour a day. So
how long will the battery last on this?
Depending on the models, I mean, the one at my house will run about 50 minutes before it decides it's tired, and then it'll either find the charging station, or it'll go to the perimeter fence and follow it all the way to the charging dock. So this model will run over 2 hours. You know.
So it won't just die somewhere. It knows it needs to recharge, and it knows when to take a break.
It's ready for a break, and it knows it, and it'll go back.
Okay, excellent. And the other thing is you can actually hook it up to your phone?
That's right. You know, from this, start it or stop it.
So it has just the slightest hum. You could hear it powering up.
Yep, it's very quiet. I just stopped it there, but you can actually stop it, you know, in instances where, say, you've got your lawn guy that's coming in and he's going to do a turf application on your yard. You can actually stop it, send it back to the dock. You can send it to park also. So
Jeremy, if it randomly goes around and mows your lawn, how do you know what has been mowed and what maybe has been missed?
Well, that's one thing from the app, that you can see where it's actually traveled to.
Okay.
Where if there's a spot that maybe it's not getting to, you can see that too and adjust.
Oh, okay. And so what about security purposes if your lawnmower happens to go astray?
Well, one thing about it, if there's an alarm on the machine, so if someone picks up your automower and takes it outside of the fence, a large alarm will sound, and it's deafening.
Okay. And can you track it through GPS as well?
You can, actually. You can see where the mower is at all times from your phone.
So even if it's not in the perimeter of your lawn, you could go track it down if your neighbor decided to mow his lawn with it.
That is right.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you for showcasing this with us, and it will be here at the Botanic Gardens for everyone to stop by and enjoy.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.